you loud hallelujah.
Good evening, everybody. Dominion 2025, taking charge everywhere. I have it how I want it. Papa had asked us to do the blank check back in January for the nation's worship in his presence, and so it was going to be the blank check for the month of February. And I had taken it quite seriously. I had documented a couple of things that I wanted God to do in my life and in the life of my family members, and I am here to just testify of his faithfulness and him, actually filling out that blank check for me, like making it my reality. So one of the things was asking God for a full-time role following my fellowship at the hospital I'm currently working at. And along the way, like prior to that, the organization had started freezing some roles just because of changes in administration and things like that. And so I was like, this one I'm going to have to go with my Judah, because I don't know how else I can, do this, in my own strength. I have to trust God with this. Was already trusting him with it, but I was like, this is just like another opportunity to even push further. And so I wrote that down in my blank check. And at the beginning of February, so February 5th to be precise, I had an interview, and then by February 20th or thereabout, I had already signed my written offer with the company, and they were also willing to start my sponsorship process as well. So it was a double win, because I was like, okay, God, I definitely want the job, but it would also be nice if they can start the sponsorship process as well, and they definitely started that as well. And the other prayer point I had written down in my blank check was just for a successful examination process for my significant other that God has also blessed me with. So I'm so grateful for that. And I was praying that he would be able to take this examination, because normally you're supposed to take it once you've already graduated from your program, but he had to take some time to focus on higher priority matters at work. And so we were praying to God that by the end of February he would have taken the exam and also successfully passed it. Mid-February it was looking like we might have to push this examination to March, we don't know if we can still take this exam in February and all of that. But I was like, just keep pushing. We're going to continue to put water in the water pots, and God's going to turn our water to wine. We're going to bring our 5 loaves of bread and our 2 fish, and God is going to multiply and just bless the works of our hands. By February 21st, he was able to take the exam. About a week later, we got the result that he passed the exam, and I was just like, I had written my testimony how I wanted to testify, and he passed. So another testimony as well is for a close friend of ours as well, because I was like, I want to just pray for the people that are in my life. And so for a close friend of ours, he was running an experiment, and the experiment had been failing, and he needs this the experimental results to graduate with his master's program, fully, get the thesis done and documented and approved by the department, etc. And I was praying to God. I was like, God, please help us. And we're praying that we would have at least one successful experiment. I'm not asking for 2, I'm not asking for 5, at least 1, just so that his faith is renewed and he can just have something to sing about. And we actually had one successful experiment in the month of February. Just here to say that it definitely works. We're definitely taking charge everywhere, and God is in the business of fulfilling blank checks. Whatever your faith can carry, God is there to meet you.